Oh my gosh, you guys, Tyson may not be dead. Murphy and Max go on a road trip that almost lands them behind bars, and Murphy's mom is kept in the dark. We have that and more starting right now.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, AfterBuzzers? How's it going? Thank you for tuning in with us on another episode. We are talking about In the Dark, Season 1, Episode 4, The Graduate, and it was an intense episode, to say the least. But before I get into it even more, I want to introduce you to my lovely host.
Hi, I'm Bethany Jean.
Hey everyone, I'm Missy Bernier.
You guys, this episode was insane. So many secrets revealed. It was crazy. What did you guys think about it?
Such a crazy episode. So many surprises.
I loved it. It was more so since it's gradually, this is episode 4, it's getting to more like the character development. We kind of now know like what's going on and all, like in moving towards the season is developing. I love it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, one thing that I really liked about this episode was it was more was revealed than last episode. Last episode was a little bit slower. This episode pulled out all the punches. We were watching, we were like, oh my God, is this really happening right now?
Yeah.
But one thing that I really liked was Tyson, because we get a little backstory on him. And so the show opens up with Tyson with his mom, and then his mom finds drugs on him. So she had like no idea this was happening.
Yeah.
And just like the shock on her face. What did you guys think about that?
I just felt like how a mom would feel. Like, I'm not a mom, but like just like if I told my mom, like if I was doing some sort of activity like that, I would feel like she would feel like, why are you doing this? Like, you have so much going for you. Just as like a mom response, I feel like she was just sad that her son's out there on the streets in Chicago, you know, doesn't know what's going on, and he's selling drugs.
Right. What about you? What did you think?
It made me wonder if the mom knew what her nephew Darnell did for a living.
Right.
Like if she even knew that was in their family at all.
Right.
Because Tyson's so sweet and innocent. Like he really has like a special innocence about him. So I'm sure she was quite surprised. But one of my favorite moments in the show was the moment with his mom before he leaves to go on what she thinks is a date, and she's like joking. You can just see the rapport they have, and they just have like a really cute, special mother-son relationship, and he's like coming of age and starting to date. I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. I loved it.
Yeah, and it's so fitting because, you know, her reaction fits perfectly with the title of the show, In the Dark. She was literally left in the dark. She had no idea that her son was going through
most parents don't when their kids are getting into drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and something else that I really liked about his backstory was his connection with Murphy. We know they were good friends. They had a strong connection, but we also learned that Tyson doesn't know his dad, and Murphy, she doesn't know her biological parents. So that was something that really brought them together. What did you guys think?
I feel like Murphy really doesn't like to talk about deep topics because remember in the store, Tyson brought it up to her and she kind of just deflected it and was just like, oh no, like I don't want to ever know my parents. I just I like my parents now. And Tyson was like, well, don't you ever wonder? And she kind of like snapped back and said like, kind of like, well, why did your dad leave you and your mom type of feeling.
Right.
And Tyson just felt like, why did you say that to me? Like, I'm just trying to bond with you, connect. Like, we're friends. I feel like we can talk about this, especially how they met on such like a deep, it wasn't like a normal friendship how they met, you know? So I think they're already connected on such a deep level. And I think he just wants her to start thinking in that way, you know?
Right. What about you?
I was just trying to recall what exactly the text messages were between Jamie and Tyson, because did we ever see them? I guess not.
I don't think we ever saw the text messages.
We just kind of heard a second person that he was texting who we thought was a girl named Jamie. That was quite the surprise to find out.
It was from the girl that he was talking to at school. Her name was Kira.
Yeah.
Or
like his girlfriend.
And then she thought that Jamie was a girl that he was cheating with. But newsflash, it was his dad, his biological father. So that was crazy to find that out.
Yeah.
But what was even crazier was the big reveal that he had talked to his son days before he supposedly died.
Yeah. I want to know more about that relationship
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of reasons, because it seems like, for starters, he's not giving the mom much child support. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And that really bothered me.
No, yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, he's living fat, right? Like, he's got this beautiful home, and you can tell they're doing really well. And, like, you can tell the mom, I'm not saying they're slumming, but you can tell she's, like, a struggling single mom.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fact that Darnell gave her cash, like, that's...
Well, we
very
really don't know the
bizarre.
situation with that. We kind of just know what they're telling us. So I wouldn't really like jump to that conclusion. But
Right.
the Darnell situation, I feel like when he gave Tyson's mom cash, that was more so for her to be quiet and not to go to the police.
Right.
So that
Yeah.
wasn't like, I'm helping you because of your kid. He was saying like, no, shut up. Like, that's why he gave her the money.
Right, but you would only bribe someone with cash if they needed cash, is my point.
I mean, like,
Like,
that's
you
true,
wouldn't give
but
someone that already was financially secure $15,000
maybe it was a little bit
or
on the
something.
both on the both end of the spectrum. Maybe, you know, he did want her to not say anything
Yeah.
because, you know, whatever happened to Tyson, he could get in a lot of trouble for it. And plus, he's close with Tyson and his mom, so maybe he was trying to at the same time help her out, kind of
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna help you out, but at the same time, I need you to not talk about this.
Yeah.
yeah, but like
It's bizarre
we're still like missing
behavior.
like
We're
clues from
missing
that
so much.
conversation
Yeah,
because we
so
don't know
much.
if she said I need money. We just saw
Oh,
the
no, I'm not
conversation.
saying that she said she needed money. I don't mean
Oh.
that at all. I just mean they're obviously not rich,
Right.
you know, and he's like giving her cash for...
Right. Well,
For
so how this big reveal happened was, you know, it started off with a road trip between Murphy and Max, and I don't know, I'm starting to like them as a couple. Before I was
too.
just like whatever, but Max is really starting to bring Murphy out of her shell. She seems more fun, more energetic. What do you guys think about the relationship?
I think they're perfect for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying watching their relationship
Okay.
develop.
I feel like Murphy was more so didn't want the relationship at first. I think she just kind of like wanted something like one and done type of situation, what she's
Right.
been doing. But I feel like Max like really warmed up to her and was like, no, I'm here to help you. But she does not want help. We all know that.
Right.
So I think he's kind of, you know, just inching his way closer to her. And I think he's good for her because the only person she has close to her is like Jess and her dad.
Right, exactly. And one thing that I really like about this couple is, you know, everyone reminds Murphy that she's blind. And I feel for the most part, Max doesn't do that. And I said this last time, and I think that's why she's so attracted to him, because he's a different guy. She's never had a guy like this before.
Yeah, and he's like super forward, kind of pushy. Most guys that she like has like those one night stands with like kind of don't care, you know. So I think he's like, no, I care about you. I want to see you do good. Like I want to help you.
Yeah, he's really sweet though. Like he knows when to offer help. She just never wants it, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
she wants to be independent for sure.
Yeah.
And we also learned during this road trip, you know, some of the obstacles that Murphy goes through and maybe that other blind people go through. She doesn't know how to drive a car. She drove her car for the first time, which I thought was so awesome. She was so excited. Even though the car was about to like crash, she was still excited because she's never done that before.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, I don't know, like I feel like I think he should have helped her in the car, like guide her, because she never driven a car before. But it was just like kind of like funny to see like how it ended up.
Right.
I loved the excitement on her face when she was
Yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah.
going to drive a car.
It was like
just
a
cool to
kid
see
in
it.
the candy store. I
This thing
loved
she
it.
never, ever would have thought she would do, probably.
Right.
I imagine, you know.
But it brought
She's
them
cool.
together at the end.
It did.
Whole like
Yeah.
makeout sesh.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Learn to drive a car and then make out.
Yeah.
What a
She
better way.
She wrecked a car and then she almost got hit by a car,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
scared me to death. I
Right.
don't know about you guys. I was like gasping at that part.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that in just a little bit. But first, the bathroom scene where she
Yeah.
where she gets locked in the bathroom. Another obstacle. You know, the lock came
Yeah.
off, and she
Yeah.
had to crawl down on the floor. Max came to try and help her, and she didn't want help.
Yeah.
And that's the Murphy we all know. She wants to do things herself. She doesn't want to be reminded that she's blind, because it's not like she's been blind her entire life.
Right.
You know, it started when she was 14 years old. So she still wants that independence.
Right.
I thought that part was really interesting. I mean, all I could think is like, I'd be freaking out, and I have vision. I'd be freaking out, locked in a bathroom, you know, at a mechanic shop. That would freak me out.
Right.
And I could see how to get out. I'd still be like, oh my gosh.
I probably would have done like what she did to crawl on the like under, because like what else would you do?
Right, exactly.
Like would you? I guess she could like climb down the toilet, but still like you would have to hop like no.
You would have to see to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It's,
But I probably would slide on the floor, but that's gross. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
She got out anyway, so that's good.
Right. Right.
I was, even though she's so resistant to accepting help, I have to say in that one instance, I was surprised she didn't let him help her. I was like, really?
Yeah.
You're like, your hair's on a bathroom floor.
She's stubborn though.
I'd
She's
be like,
stubborn.
yep,
She's
I'll
a
take
stubborn
help.
person. And then what you were saying earlier about her almost getting hit by the car, that like made me jump.
Yeah.
And like her face and just like her hands were like this. It was crazy.
But my thing is like the car saw her crossing. Like I know it was like she was just walking and like obviously not looking, but just in that sense, it was just like he saw her walking. I guess he just didn't see her, or I feel like that was a little scary. Definitely.
Right. All right, and before we get on to anything else, we have a special announcement.
Yes, we have a special announcement. We just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. For us to continue to grow, we need your help, so make sure to subscribe on YouTube, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. I love being a part of AfterBuzz TV. I love being a part of this panel. It's so fun to talk about after shows, and make sure to hop in that live chat. We may shout you out. So thanks for supporting us on AfterBuzz TV, guys.
That was a good live read. Good
Thanks.
job. Good job.
Yay.
All right, so moving on to Murphy's mom. Bless her heart, like, I love her. She just wants the best for her daughter, you know? And like I said in the beginning, she was literally left in the dark. Like, Murphy called and lied to her and said she was getting like therapy or something, and that really touched her mom's heart.
Yeah.
She saw like a breakthrough, you know, like, oh, my daughter is becoming the daughter that she once was, and then she finds out it was all a lie. What do you guys think about all that?
I think in that moment she thought Murphy was turning a new leaf, like, oh, okay, she's gonna get help, but then in the end she just lied. So I feel like she was like, okay, this is kind of like the usual Murphy behavior. So that's how I kind of felt like in the mom's part, but then also they just don't have a close relationship at all.
Right.
So I could see why she lied to her.
Well, she's a tough one to have a close relationship with.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not like her mom. There's nothing about her mom that's like too difficult to deal with.
Right.
She's just like any other parent would be with a child in that scenario, you know?
Right. And
I feel for her mom all the time.
Oh, of course.
I'm like, oh.
Of course. Yeah, and I really want to see their relationship blossom, because I can like see it there. I can see the cracks forming. Like in the last episode, she kind of came through to her a little bit. So I just want to see the relationship become bigger and stronger.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as like the season progresses, their relationships is gonna build on top of every situation they go through.
Right, right.
And I think Murphy's just slowly learning to appreciate the people in her life more. Like I think we've already watched some kind of layers of her fall off a little bit, even towards her dog. I think her almost getting hit by a car made her appreciate Pretzel.
Yeah.
More, you know.
And even Jess, I think Jess is like ride or die like best friend.
Yeah.
She literally like
Jess is
comes
awesome.
prepared with like hangover material like every morning.
She's
That is
amazing.
great. I wish I had that.
I know, totally.
Yeah.
I love that she has a tracker on her phone. I was like, shoot, all my people should have a tracker on my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Don't track me.
that makes you think like everyone in Murphy's life, well, not everyone, but most of all the people in her life, they really look out for her and they really want her best interest. Like Jess, she did not trust Max at all. She didn't want Murphy to go on that road trip. She was telling her not to do it. She did it anyway. We found, yeah, like you said, she put a GPS tracking signal. So they all love her, but at the same time, I think that this is what pushes Murphy away, is because they remind her that she's blind.
Yeah,
She just
I
doesn't
think,
like that.
yeah, I think that's definitely what it is too. But then they're also just trying to be like, you know, careful because they love her and like just as like any family member would or friend would be, you know. Doesn't matter if you're blind or not. They just want to make sure she's okay.
Right.
And she's in a big city like Chicago. Like that's
And going in dark alleys all the time.
yes.
We've talked about that before, how I personally feel like her character isn't scared of dark alleys or going under dark because she's already in the dark. You know?
Right.
Like, whoever she's with is like...
I'm scared of dark alleys, but like I would, you know, so
She doesn't have that... I don't know how to explain it. She doesn't have that fear in front of her face like we do in a dark alley because she already is in the dark, you know? So to her, it's like, it could be broad daylight. An alley's an alley. She can't see anyone coming out of it either
I
way.
can see what you're saying for sure.
Yeah.
It's not. She's not really expecting it.
Yeah.
But, and this is why I like this show, because none of us are
great.
really, you know, we don't have that much knowledge of, you know, what it is to be blind. I don't know a single blind person. I don't know about you guys, but it's really cool because it really teaches us, you know, what people who are blind go through, and that's what I really like. And another character that I love on the show is Chloe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Love her.
she is one of my favorite characters, and she's actually really blind in real life.
Is she?
Is she? I'm pretty sure she is.
I don't know.
She is?
I think so. Don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. I'm
We'll have to
pretty
look
sure.
into
If
that.
she's not, then she does a very good job.
Yes.
Yeah, for
doing
sure.
it.
She does do a good job. She's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this whole cast is like cool. I
Right.
feel like they're all really cool people.
And we get like so we have like Murphy's side of what it's like being blind, and we have her side. And I feel like, was she blind when she was born, or?
Chloe?
Yeah.
I don't know if they've really touched on that.
They haven't really talked about her story at all, but I just remember her dad wanted Murphy and Chloe to, you know, meet and like
Right.
connect.
Right.
And something really cool about their relationship is I feel like Chloe's the only person, like maybe ever in Murphy's life that needs her a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like she's mentoring her and she can relate to her and it's really beautiful.
And it's
but-
crazy because like she's younger
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
Murphy.
it's cool. It's kind of like a big sister relationship. Which
Right.
Everyone else babies her,
Mm-hmm. Right.
which she hates.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see her in a more of a leadership role.
And one person who babies her like no other is her dad,
Yeah.
who we also now find out that he actually does have a crush on Murphy
Yeah.
from one of the detectives.
No surprise.
So that was intense. Like, do you guys like
my
that
gosh.
that relationship that could happen?
I've said in the past, I think it would be hard to look at. I know that's really mean to say.
Hard to
I just
look
think
at.
they'd
What do you
be- I
mean?
just think they'd be a strange pairing.
Really?
Yeah,
What do
like
you-
she just makes way more sense with Max.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Dean
Because
would
Max
be
is like her
excitable to
age.
her.
Is that why?
Yeah, just like everything. Yeah, age for starters.
Oh, because
There's
Max
definitely
is
an
good,
age gap.
better looking, right?
Well, she doesn't. She doesn't know that though.
Oh, that's true. But I'm just
She
saying, like,
doesn't
what
know.
you think. Yeah.
But I mean, Max in general is just a more fun character than Dean. No offense, Dean. We love you, Dean. But
yeah,
I'm just
I don't
saying.
know. I feel like, you know, they bring different things to the table. Like, you know, Max is fun. He's young, is like up for anything. Dean, is that the cop?
Yeah, Dean.
Dean. Oh, we figured out his name. Yeah, so I feel like Dean is fun, like not fun, but he's more serious and it's like, let's get the job done. But he's also insightful because he is in the police, you know, force.
Right.
So if she wants to continue to do like more like solving crimes, she can always rely on Dean.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be it'd be really interesting if that did come to pass. I wouldn't be mad at it. I
Right.
would just be like, huh.
I
interesting.
actually am for this relationship.
You are? I
think
love it.
It would be different for her because Max and Dean, they are two completely different people. But at the same time, I don't think Dean is I don't think he has the same personality as all the guys that Murphy is hooked up with. He's different, and there's a kindness to him that I really
Oh,
like.
Like compassionate. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I just feel like Murphy would need to grow up. before she could.
I
be with
agree
Dean.
with that.
Like I could see her considering Dean after they've been friends for 10 years. Like
10 years.
In a decade.
Oh my God, 10 years. That's a long time. I could see maybe like 5 years.
5 years.
She's really mature for her age, though.
They might.
Her character is,
Well, they
she's
might.
very inconsiderate and just
Right,
right.
I don't think she's immature. I just think
lot of
she's
growing up
just, trying to figure out who she is and like what she wants to do. And like I feel like she's just trying to figure out like what's her next avenue.
Right.
I don't think she's immature. I think she's
By
just
immature, I just mean I think she has growing up to do, which is
Yeah.
basically what you're.
Well, they might be speeding up that relationship next season. But
Yeah.
speaking of next season, we have some news and gossip. for
Yes,
you
we
guys.
do have news and gossip, and yes, so
I always love
excited.
this.
Yes, I'm so excited to say this, but season 2, In the Dark got picked up for season 2, and I'm so excited!
Yes.
Yay! So
So
that
we
should be
won't be left in
exciting.
the dark,
Yeah, we won't be.
at least for another season.
Yeah.
I feel like the last episode is going to be a major cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah, and I love cliffhangers and I hate cliffhangers.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But moving on to the big bombshell towards the end of the show, we find out that one of the detectives is hooking up with Darnell. Insane.
That was
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
We
My
were-
jaw literally dropped.
We
when I
were
saw
all
that.
watching it. We were like, "Oh my god! Like, what is happening right now?"
That was
Let me
plot
just
twist
say,
for sure.
I actually was nervous for her safety when she walked in her home.
Right.
It was so dark. I was afraid she was going to be attacked or something. And then I was like, oh, flip the switch. Nope, this is a different situation.
Right,
I did not
right.
see
No,
that
I was
coming.
like, OMG, plot twist for real. I was not expecting that, but I kind of noticed when they were questioning him in like the questioning room, I don't know what they call it, like the room where like cops talk to you. Dean was kind of pressing on the like what happened to Tyson, and she
Right.
got really mad. She was like, "Why would you ask him that? We're not talking about him. We're talking about Crawford,
Right.
not Tyson. I don't even want you in here." Like dismissed him completely.
She
So I was
knows
like, that
something.
was so weird.
She knows something. Shady cop.
Shady
or
cop.
maybe not shady. Like, we don't know.
No, I
We have
totally
no
believe she's a
idea.
shady cop.
You think so?
For sure.
Well, this takes us on to our predictions. What do you guys think?
Oh my gosh.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
I'm kind of wondering. I kind of want to see what happens with Dean and Murphy, for one. See if that ever conspires into a relationship. Or if, yeah, that's definitely what I want to see, though,
Yeah.
in the next episode.
Okay.
Because you're over, Max.
I feel like Max, he's great, but then he also has like a criminal history. And I don't think, he does the drugs with Darnell. And does Max know that? I don't think so. So I don't think they really
Does
discussed
Max know that? You mean does Murphy know that?
Murphy. Yeah.
I don't think she does. I don't think she knows that.
I don't know. We have to wait
Yeah,
and see.
I don't think she knows that he
I
does.
think she knows. What does she know about them? I think she just thinks they're friends and that he owns a food truck. I don't think she
Well, he did in
knows.
this episode that he said he had criminal
yeah,
background.
right, and
Like a
something about
record.
cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
So she knows that
A little bit.
he's not innocent.
Yeah.
She knows that he's not like this take home to mom type of guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
Although she took him home to mom.
True. Very true.
To doggy graduation. He loves puppies. My predictions for this were that I think the Miss Detective, we aren't sure what her name is.
Mhm.
They didn't really use her name much. I think she's hiding Tyson.
Hmm.
But I can't decide if she's good or bad, though. I don't think she's bad. Maybe she's a conflicted cop.
Right.
I mean, it sounds to me like maybe she knows Darnell from youth or something.
Right.
You know, it sounds like she was from kind of a rough upbringing a little bit,
True.
what she
True.
was exposed to. And so,
Right, because she was mentioning that earlier,
Yeah.
when she saw like someone getting shot and
yeah. But it also made me think about, is it Nia? Who's the lady boss in prison?
I want to say that's the name. I might be wrong though.
I'm just going to be really interested to see if there's some
How she fits in.
triangle there between the lady cop and
Right,
her
right.
and,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Darnell.
Well, I am going to stick to my same prediction since day one. I think they are hiding Tyson now, especially since his dad revealed that he had only talked to him like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So I think Tyson did something bad. Maybe he shot someone, or I don't know, but he did something bad to where Darnell had to hide him, and the detective is helping out. And so I think he's in hiding.
Maybe Darnell just reached out to his cop friend to hide him. Like, I have to get him out of Chicago. He's out of the business. He's seen a murder. He's scared. He's a kid.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
put
that's
him
a good
somewhere.
idea.
Right.
You know?
Maybe, and then that
And then
murder
they were
that
like, and let's hook up.
right. And
Nice seeing you since high school.
I think she knows him from like her past.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
kind of what I'm thinking too. Because otherwise, why would they be in the situation they're in?
Right. And
It doesn't really make sense.
every show has, the big bad, and I don't think we really know who the big bad is. And I think once it's revealed what happened to Tyson, that big bad is going to get revealed, the big bad guy.
Yeah.
So we'll
Which
see.
Assuming is Lady Boss in prison.
No, I think it's Darnell. Just kidding. I don't know.
I don't know,
know.
but we will have to wait and see. But that is all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Benny Adams. You can find me on all social media at Benny J. Adams.
I'm Bethany Jean. I can be found on all things Bethany Jean. Instagram is Bethany Jean Official. That's Bethany with an IE.
Hey guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Missy Vernier.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.